Alright, hi everyone, this is Brad Cummings from Board Game Geek. I'm here with Chris from Asmadi Games. We're here at PAX East, and we just want to catch up on what you guys are doing. Could you give us a quick rundown on some of the games you're doing?
We have all the stuff going on. So the hot news is Adorable Pandering, which is a game that panders to you, Panda, with cuteness. Kind of a joke response to Exploding Kittens. And what it is a short 5-10 minute game featuring adorable panda art. And it's light and fun, and we're doing it here. So, you want me to tell a little bit about the game?
Sure, yeah.
So, concept's very simple. You've got a deck of pandas numbered 1 through 10, and you've got panda laws, which tell you which pandas are adorable. And we also have Magic Tournament announcements, which are very important. So, there are 4 panda laws. It could be even, odd, high, or low. And that's going to tell you which pandas are adorable. Pandas that are adorable matter because every time you score points, whoever has the most adorable pandas are going to get a bonus. The general play of the game is... Wow, giant loud.
The mic's pretty good at just getting used to.
I can't hear myself. So on your turn, you're going to play a panda face down that you hide. You're also going to play a panda face up in front of you and use it for its game effect. And anytime a player's turn starts with more than 4 adorable pandas in play, scoring's going to happen. Somebody's going to take the red panda card, and on the back it's got scoring instructions. And that's really all there is to the game. First person to get to 5 bamboo wins.
It's on Kickstarter now, or?
It's on Kickstarter right now at asmadigames.com/panda. We also have a short run of 100 copies here at PAX East for sale. People have been buying. Because we like to do the short run of games first, since it worked well for Red and other things. So.
And then I know I think we looked at like a prototype of Heat last year, but it looks like it's here in earnest now. Could you give us a quick rundown on that one?
Sure. So Heat is a heist drafting game by Dave Chalker that made Get Bit. The basic concept is there are going to be 3 heists, and everyone's going to run their own little heist at the same time. So you draft a hand of cards with a slightly modified draft than your usual one. It lets you really choose the cards you want to have. And then there's going to be an action phase where everybody plays their heist cards and takes in money. The trick with stealing money is the police notice and you get heat. So the heat tokens you accumulate, you're going to have to pay off at the end of the game. And that depends on how many heat are totally in play. So the more heat that everybody has, the more each of them cost. So you have to trade off, taking heat or getting rid of heat versus what it's actually going to be worth at the end of the game. And so it's an interesting sort of bluffing game against other players with that. It also takes, 15 or so minutes to play. That is out now, actually. It's in stores.
Any other board game titles that are being worked?
So the big one we're doing this year is Penny Press, which won the tabletop death match back in 2013. It is on a boat, fingers crossed. We should have it in a few weeks. It should be in stores beginning of May, end of April. It is a game about building a newspaper in the late 19th century, during the yellow journalism era, where you're talking about things like the Spanish-American War and crime and calamity in the New York City area. So you send out your reporters, and you have to get essentially an area majority on them to be able to take the stories and put them onto your front page. And the going to press mechanic of the game actually has you arrange all the little story bits onto your front page for points.
It's like journalism like it used to be, I guess.
Yeah. Journalism Tetris, before Tetris existed.
Very cool.
So aside from those, we've got 2 fancy upcoming titles. We've got the perennial upcoming title, Consequential, which has been in the works now for as long as Half-Life 3 has been in the works. And so that is our our story arc RPG hybrid video game board game. Now that Fantasy Flight's got out in front of us and done XCOM, we can safely do this. So we're going to be kickstarting that this summer. We're actually working heavily on the writing and the art right now. Things are looking awesome. I hope to be doing a lot of demos of it at Origins, BGG Family Edition, and Gen Con this summer.
Great.
And the other title we're working on is called 1001 Space Odysseys, which is kind of a joke on 1001 Arabian Nights. What it is it's also a video game, board game hybrid, where you're going to have a companion app, and it is more in the vein of Arabian Nights, where you have this random story that happens every time, as opposed to Consequential, which is a built story arc. So every time you're going to draft a crew of various aliens from this fictitious universe we've created. It's kind of like a level of seriousness like Hitchhiker's Guide or something like that. Lots of fun, lots of silly, lots of ridiculous things happen. And your crew is going to go on crazy missions and encounter terrible things. We just wrote a story about a culture that loves to watch the meteor shower every year by painting all the asteroids so they do bright colors and they explode. So things like that, silly stories.
So you mentioned there's going to be a little more gameplay than like something like Tales of Arabian Nights or something like that. What does that equate to? Like, what are kind of some of the new mechanics that will be included?
So every game you're going to draft an entire crew, and each member of the crew is going to have different skills and abilities, and all of those are going to tie into the stories. So the stories are going to give you options. You're always going to have 2 or 3 choices, more depending on if you have the right people for the mission. And you'll be able to say, geez, I have to land my spaceship on this planet and sell some goods to the locals. Do I want to use diplomacy to try and talk to the local bureau? Do I want to use my stealth to sneak the goods through illicitly? Do I want to use my guns just to shoot my way into the port and get as much money as I can? And all that's going to wind up with some dice rolling mechanics based on how good your crew is at those various tasks. So it's a little more choices and a little more mechanics than you get from Arabian Nights. Not that Arabian Nights is bad; it's just a different. Concept.
Right, just adding a different angle to it.
It's more of a choose your own adventure in the true sense that you have lots of choices and branching ideas from each story.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm really excited for Consequential, obviously, and other titles. I know we've talked about it many times, but I'm really excited to see that on Kickstarter this year. It'll be great.
Yeah, the gameplay for Consequential is in really good shape. Right now we're working on the app and the story and the art to get it all looking beautiful, because that's what the game deserves.
Yeah, I mean, it's great that you're taking attention to that app part, because that's sometimes a part that is kind of overlooked sometimes when you're doing this combination type of game, which is pretty new, but still there have been some less than stellar attempts so far. So
yeah, I think XCOM did a pretty good job. I really like that game. Alchemist is cool. I want to have a game like that really uses the app and does something with it.
That's really awesome. Well, thank you so much. That sounds really great.
Remember, Adorable Pandering on Kickstarter now.
And I played it, and it's really enjoyable. So,
Full of pandas.
And it is full of pandas. All right, thank you so much.